Alrighty, folks.
Testing, testing.
Testing now. Here we are talking about German.
Hello, everybody. Today we will be learning German with the help of this houseplant, Zimmerpflanze, whose name is Harry. So, thank you for joining us, Harry. Do you have anything to say? Harry is a very quiet type. Okay, so today we will be talking about German modal verbs and how to conjugate them. There are about 6 German modal verbs, and they are können, sollen, wollen, müssen, mögen, and what is the next one? Dürfen. Dürfen. So these are really important verbs that you will use a lot. And we already went over how to conjugate a German verb in a previous video. So I will link that here if you want to check that out. But modal verbs are used so much that over time their conjugation has become irregular. So we are going to talk about the irregular conjugation of these verbs so you can get it down and use modal verbs like a pro. So we're going to start off with the verb können, which means can. And we will use the pronoun ich first. So you say ich kann. Ich kann. With du, which is the informal version of you, in German that would be du kannst. Du kannst. Then we have sie, which is the formal version of you that you use with teachers and your boss at work and strangers in the street. So this would be sie können. Sie können. After that, we have sie, es, which is he, she, and it. These always have the same ending, no matter what verb you're using. So the conjugation for kann in this case, the conjugation for können in this case is kann. Kann, sie kann, es kann. Notice it's the same as ich, which is very strange if you know the standard rules of conjugation for German. Then we have sie, meaning they, and that's sie können. Sie können. After that, we have wir. Wir können. Wir können. And finally, we have ihr könnt. Ihr könnt. With ihr, it's pretty typical that the stem of these irregular verbs will not change when you use ihr, and then you have the same ending as you always would. So ihr is kind of an outlier that almost never changes. Very interesting. So that's it for können. Now let's go to müssen, which means must in German. First we have ich, I. So ich muss. Ich muss. Then we have du, you. Du musst. Du musst. Then we have sie, es. Muss, sie muss, es muss. After that, we have the sie, as in the formal you, and that is sie müssen. Sie müssen. Then we have sie, as in they, and that's also sie müssen. All of the z's, except for the one meaning she, are usually the same. So that's helpful when you're memorizing. Okay, and then we have wir müssen. And wir meaning we. Wir müssen. After that, we have ihr müsst. Ihr müsst. And that's it for müssen. Then the next one, let's see, we've done kann, müssen. The next one is going to be dürfen. So, we start off with ich darf. Ich darf. Du darfst. Du darfst. Sie, es darf. Darf. Sie darf. es darf. Then we have Sie, meaning formal you, Sie dürfen. And Sie meaning they, Sie dürfen. Wir, meaning we, wir dürfen. Ihr, meaning you guys, ihr dürft. Ihr dürft. So again, the root does not change on that one. It's kind of an outlier. We've done können, we've done dürfen, we have done müssen. Let's do sollen, which in English means should. So it would be ich soll, du sollst, sie sollen, sie sollen, sie, es soll, sie, es soll, wir sollen, ihr sollt. So that one is a little simpler than the others. The root doesn't change as much. Okay, now we're going to have wollen, which means want, to want. It sounds a lot like the English will, but it's used very differently in German than will is used in English. So, first of all, we have ich will, du willst, sie wollen, sie, es will, sie wollen, wir wollen, ihr wollt. That's it for wollen. And finally, we have mögen, which means to like. So, we have ich mag, du magst, sie, es mag, which would be mag, sie mag, es mag. Sie mögen, wir mögen. And what are we missing? Ihr mögt. So that's it for the conjugations of all of the modal verbs in German. If you want to know more about how to use the modal verbs, I have videos on that as well. So go ahead and click the links here or in the description. And otherwise, happy learning, and I'll see you next time. Tschüss!